Would you like to describe where you are?
I am standing on a rain-soaked rooftop of an abandoned warehouse. The view's not the best, but it is discreet. And that's what we're going for here. I've parked my spinner a few blocks away, and I've walked here on foot, and I'm just waiting, and the tension in my body would be visible to anyone that could see me. But I'm not even thinking about that right now. I am just...
What are you thinking about right now?
I'm thinking about all the ways that the next 10 minutes of my life could go incredibly wrong. Not just for me, but for others. And I'm thinking about the magnitude of everything I've dealt with up until this point. And the lives that will be changed by my decisions or my lack of decision. And that I don't know how many people I can trust, but it's at least one more than it was a few weeks ago. And I'm hoping that by the end of this conversation that I can add another name to the list of people that I trust.
And who are you meeting?
I'm meeting a woman by the name of Rosetta.
Do you want to go into any more detail? You don't have to.
She's an incredibly gentle soul, but a tired one. Tired and gentle.
Okay, what else is she like?
Just because someone is tired and gentle does not mean that they are harmless. She is a very caring person, but that caring can be exceedingly dangerous if you are putting yourself between her and the things she cares about. And that's what has me nervous.
Okay.
Because I'd like to think that I'm one of the things she cares about, but I don't know that for sure.
Does she trust you?
If she shows up, that means she trusts me enough. But I might be about to push it.
Okay. And how long have you known her?
I've known her for as long as I've had the implants in my skull, which is about 14 and a half months.
Okay. Okay. How long do you think you're waiting here before she shows up?
At least half an hour. Which makes me terribly anxious.
Last question. Did she do that on purpose? Is she the type of person to make you wait on purpose so that you're anxious?
If I was her, I would be watching me for a while.
Okay.
So I understand that anything that I do during that half an hour might be something that causes her to walk away.
So what have you been doing the last half an hour?
I've just been myself to the best of my ability.
Are you smoking?
I'm fidgeting.
Okay.
I'm folding and unfolding a piece of paper until it's so worn that it's basically falling apart in tatters. Like beginning origami, but never quite committing to a shape.
Okay. And have I seen you nervous like this before?
Yes.
Can you tell me when?
When I first told her I was transferring to the LAPD.
Were you worried about my reaction?
Yes.
Okay. But we remained friends.
There's a personal reason, but there's also a professional reason why we've remained friends. And she knows that I rely on her
I
for
see.
something that no one else can give me.
Okay. Okay. Then I think you wait around for about a half an hour. It's pouring rain, and eventually you hear her footsteps as she approaches. Probably from behind you. She has been watching you for about a half an hour, and I think you knew that. Hey. What do you want?
What I want is that the only greeting I'm gonna get?
Right now it is.
It's good to see you.
Well, hopefully it's good to see you too.
Hey, you don't gotta worry about me.
You have your badge with you?
No. It's in the spinner.
Well, forgive me if I'm not... Assumptions get people killed right now.
I know. And you have every reason to be distrustful of me, and the fact that you've come here means a lot to me.
I'm not alone. So don't try anything stupid.
Don't even have a gun on me.
My eyes flick
Swear.
up and down to see if I can see any truth to that statement, I think. And then I realize that I did it without thinking. And my cheeks flush a little bit. I feel ashamed that I just did that without thinking.
I raise both my hands defensively and say, we both have a lot to lose right now, and I'm not about to make you lose what you have. I'm here because I need your help.
And
because...
what is it exactly that I have, Sawyer?
A skill set and a set of connections.
And that's what I have to lose?
You got a lot more than that to lose.
Yeah, I do. And what do you have to lose? Because I don't
My
think
life?
it's the same.
My life and the life of a lot of innocent people. If I don't do my job right, if I do it wrong, a
Do
lot
your
more people will
job
die.
Right. What does that entail? Retirement?
No. Protecting people.
Am I a people?
Do you want to be?
What do you want?
I subconsciously touch my ears. I can't help it.
Okay. I can't do that here.
I know. I was hoping we could set up an appointment. You've been safe since the act?
Safe enough?
Same here? No, I haven't been safe enough. I've actually been doing a lot of stupid shit, to be honest.
What kind of stupid shit? Other than standing here talking to me.
Breaking and entering, corporate espionage.
Corporate espionage on whom, Sawyer?
That's not important right this second.
I think it might be.
Am I gonna get shot if I don't answer you?
You want to try me?
No, I really don't.
Corporate espionage on whom?
Tyrell,
Why?
I had some things to learn, and they had it, so
What did you learn?
a lot.
Am I a people?
In my eyes, yes. You could go anywhere in the world for any philosophical debate, for any argument between two sides, and draw a line in the sand and accept that on either side of that line, there's gonna be good people and there's gonna be bad people.
That's
Bad
your
cops.
luxury, Sawyer. We're still fighting for the people part.
I understand that. Certain people are making that fight a lot harder for you right now.
Yeah, I'm just
By
trying to
making-
determine if you're a certain people or not.
If I wanted you retired, I would have just reported you in, right?
Yeah, but then who would help you with your problem?
I'm sure I can find an enterprising med tech somewhere else in the city.
Go for it then.
I don't want to. I want you. I think you could use my help with some things.
Like what?
Documents, travel papers, identification. Not for you, obviously, but for the people that you're helping.
I don't expect you to understand this, Sawyer, but we have a lot more to lose. I have a lot more to lose than my life. So I'm not going anywhere.
Okay?
And you don't need to trade me for help with your implants. But I'm doing it now. We're not arranging a meet.
Sure. The people that you're helping,
Careful. One might think you're working.
okay?
And I really don't want to think you're working right now.
I'm not working right now. I'm putting the offer out there. That there are individuals you might like to help that are not combatants, right?
Yes.
Those are the people that I want to help.
I'll have to have a conversation.
Okay, that's fair. I was worried when it passed. I was really worried.
I don't know if I'm supposed to make you feel better about that.
You being alive makes me feel better about that, okay? You have every right to be suspicious and every right to be paranoid.
I'm angry, too.
Angry at me?
Maybe. Maybe just angry.
Okay. Yeah. Anger's natural. I'd be pretty angry too. I am angry a little bit, actually.
natural.
I'm treating you the same I've always treated you.
Yeah, I just wasn't sure that was gonna stick.
I understand that. I'd like to gain back your trust.
What seems to be the problem? And I gesture towards your ears.
I walked through a security countermeasure, and you know that they fritz on good days. Sometimes it's been getting real bad, and I'm hearing things that aren't there.
What kinds of things?
I'm a fairly paranoid person.
Yeah.
It's hard to sleep.
All right.
I hear my mother's voice, my father's voice, Selma's voice, and I could just use some peace and quiet.
Okay. Let me get my kit. Don't move.
You got it.
And I walk over around the corner. There's like a little, probably a duffel underneath an awning. It's very clear I'm alone. I think now at this moment you recognize there was nobody here. I was just bluffing. And I unzip this bag. It's like I knew what you were gonna ask me for. And then I come back over with probably just like almost like thieves' tools that I would unroll or unwrap, and then be able to work on your implants here. But I don't want to do this in the rain.
I wouldn't expect you to trust my spinner, so unless you have
Yeah, that's not happening.
somewhere else nearby.
Here it is. And then I walk towards maybe an awning at least so that we're not under the... something where there's a light, even if it's a neon light, would be better than nothing.
I join her pretty quickly.
Okay.
You are a painfully good liar, you know that?
It could be better. Here. And I unwrap the kit, and I think I'm using either, an external air conditioner or something like that to crouch down and unroll my kit on. It's not a very good situation, but I'm making do. And I hold out my hand for your implants.
Yeah, I imagine they just sort of... There's some kind of access behind that's...
Like maybe it's even a piece that ejects from another mechanism. So I only need that one piece to be able to work on it.
Yeah. I give her one at a time so we can at least still keep conversing.
Yeah. This takes me no time at all. For those listening, that is a 3 that I have just rolled. Takes me no time at all. I'm concentrated. I'm still able to hold a conversation with you if you ask me something, but I'm working and it'll probably only take me a couple of minutes to fix this. This is weird. I don't know why it's doing that. I don't know what you walked through. You said a security field?
It's like a Faraday cage. With a bit extra.
we have to do a contested roll, I think. I'd like to do insight on what you just said, if possible.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna roll insight, and you roll manipulation, I think. Yep. Mm-hmm.
A 1.
Am I on normal? I am. Okay, I'm gonna do disadvantage. 0. Okay. Then I think you see me pause for a second while I have the moment of, did you just give me information that I find interesting, and then I ignore it and continue working. But I will say you did see me clock that. Okay. Alright, here's this one. Give me the other one.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I slot that one back in. The second it's synced back up, I pop out the other one.
Why?
I'm not a good liar, as it turns out.
I don't know about that. Why do you want to, why do you want to help me help people?
I'm worried that certain movers and shakers that have a few things in common with you have pushed the discourse in a certain direction due to their actions. And I think that means that good, decent folk get caught in the crossfire.
Because of their actions.
Their actions in response to another set of actions. Bad actors provoking a situation that has been responded to with violence and aggression and bloodshed.
How diplomatic of you.
The situation has nuance.
Only for the privileged. And I pull out the implant and I hand it to you, and I stand up and I wrap my kit up and I tuck it into my raincoat.
Let me help some good people that you care about to prove that I mean what I say. Please.
I'll have the conversation.
Okay.
How do I reach out to you? Can I even anymore?
Not through the usual means. You wouldn't accept any chit or drive or piece of software I'd hand you, would you?
No. Would you?
That's
would
fair.
you?
From you?
No, I mean if you were me.
No.
I used to ask you for all that kind of shit anyway. That's my go-to. Would Sawyer do
Handwritten.
this?
Handwritten communication?
That'll do.
You tell me where I leave it?
Oh boy. Roll me manipulation one more time. You can have advantage.
Damn.
Was that a 0?
It was.
Yeah, that's
I'll
okay.
push that, I think.
Okay. So pushed, it was a 1, correct? I know it's not showing.
No,
up.
I haven't pushed it yet.
Oh, weird. It shows me 1.
Oh!
Yeah.
So sorry.
Yep. Oh, wait. No, that
Okay,
was...
there we go.
Yeah, okay, there it went. Okay. Okay, so I got a 0. I'm going to see if this works. There we go. Sorry, chat. Okay, so... And I got a 0. Yeah, I will... I'll give you an address. Do you have something to write with?
Yeah.
Okay.
I take out a notepad and I scroll
scribble
down whatever she has. Yeah.
Yep. I scribble down an address and I hand it back to you. It'll be around back on the back door. There's a street light. There's a blue box. It'll be on the back side of the blue box. Okay, around back, street light, back of the blue box.
Street light around back of the blue box.
Okay. I'm glad you're okay.
I'm glad you're okay too. I've missed you, and I mean that. And I wouldn't come to you if I meant. I wouldn't come to you if I didn't mean it.
I thought for a while, when I didn't hear from you. Well, you know.
There's certain people trying to kill me right this second.
Huh. That makes two of us.
Wow. It's always nice having something in common.
Who's
Thank you for
trying to
doing
kill you?
this. Tyrell. That makes two of us.
Goodbye, Sawyer.
Bye, Rose.
I put my hood up and I walk off. Do you do anything remaining here, or do you also leave and head to your spinner?
I take a few minutes just to listen to the rain.
Mm-hmm.
I watch her leave. I don't move to watch her leave. I just stay right where I am. I give her a few minutes and then I take a deep breath and I take the walk back to my spinner.
I need you to roll observation for me. Now you can have advantage, actually, because your implants are fixed now.
Oh.
And I imagine you're actively looking.
I'm definitely soaking in the sensorium at the moment, so...
Yeah. Ooh, 3. Okay. You were on a rooftop, correct? So I think... And did you choose this place, or did she?
I think she picked the area,
Okay.
and I picked the building.
Okay, that makes sense. Okay, so I think as you're looking around, you'll see maybe some placements of where some some cameras might have been or still are, but they are busted. It's very clear that it's recent vandalism. So it looks like potentially she or somebody else came here prior to and made sure that it was very clear that nothing could be recorded. So at least in that regard, you're safe. What building is this, actually? I'm assuming it's corpo of some sort.
This is an abandoned or at least disused storage facility.
In Sector 4?
Distribution center. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, then
Yeah.
I think when you kind of do your look around, you see that care has been taken to make sure that you were not recorded, either of you. And that's it. And where do you head next?
I think straight to the spinner.
Yep, okay. And I believe you're going to go meet up with your coworkers, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I am.
At the diner. But what we're going to do is we're going to switch over to that crew and let you enter in probably midway through their conversation or at a point where you feel is appropriate. Meanwhile, at the diner...
4 coffees. So what's everybody think? What are we doing? We got a few leads right now. Yeah. We have to make a decision.
Right. I know, I definitely want to go check out Electric Dreams. And, I'm not sure what happens after that. I think, Skiff, I'd like to maybe get more information on where you think we might find another clue in that establishment. But as the record's shown, I haven't been the most careful, so
Well,
I'd also really like a solid direction before we just go poking around.
well, according to our friend, this place is sucking a lot more juice than it needs, and there's only really one good explanation for that. So we know there's something going on there that is
We're
not tied to the business.
I have to just chime in here. Being on Vice, we had to make sure before we went ahead with any sort of raid. And if we do the same thing here in Electric Dreams and we're wrong, or if we're right and they hide, it's not going to matter much about earning those medals. It's always the last thing that you do that people remember you for.
So you're suggesting we go in quiet, or we go in with police procedure?
I'm suggesting that if we go into Electric Dreams, we have to know for sure before we use the resources of the LAPD. Otherwise, we could get in a world of hurt.
So, I have some concerns in regards to seeking out the mole. Doing that could cut us off from a lot of things, depending on how deep that goes. I'm not one to be paranoid, but my concern is the resources we have available right now might be a lot harder once we do that. And I do agree, going into Electric Dreams, I don't know how hard we're supposed to go in there, but I think it's better if we have the potential for backup first, because we don't know what we're going into.
If we walk into a den of replicants, I don't know what could happen. There's going to be a lot of damage.
Yeah.
If we go with procedure and there's a mole, they get word of it, they burn the location, we get nothing.
Right.
If the mole is on their side, I don't know how many players and who's on what.
Whose side would the mole be on besides theirs?
Tyrell's. If they're on Tyrell's side and we say something about this, they might swoop in while we're there to take out for whatever reason. I mean, they're always a corporation that has something to hide, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's what corporations are.
Right.
I think going in quietly to Electric Dreams first might be the best chance of success, but again, what are we walking into? We don't know.
I'm not sure. I know that they know who I am. I mean, that is a place I lost my badge, so I show back up, it might look a little suspicious. I certainly don't think I'd be able to go undercover, is what I'm saying. So we would have to approach it as if we were just there for a drink.
I'm down there too. But at least one of the bartenders and that real nervous guy that we saw when we went back there during the daytime.
Here's what we do know.
All right.
Here's what we do know. They're drawing a lot of power. We have some, what we assume to be fairly clear-cut clues. But we have nothing solid to go off. They could be doing all manner of thing with that extra power. There's no indication that we know for sure that it's replicants.
But there is. Because we spotted Vanya there.
All right.
So Vanya,
Or whatever she is, whoever she is. She was there.
how do
And
we
she
bring
was-
that to Holden?
She was in the underground somehow, or whatever is going on at Electric Dream, she's involved with it. Because she went around a corner and disappeared.
What do we bring to Holden to make that matter?
I'm not sure we're going to need to bring too much, because if we find something, that's going to be its own thing anyway. If we go in there and we discover a den of replicants, whatever happens, happens. The law's going to be on our side right now. Holden isn't going to... I don't know how much he's going to protect us, but if we get into a rough situation where there's bloodshed involved, if it's retiring replicants, we're not going to have too much of an issue. No one's going to be on our backs.
Just
But-
have a
Have a
green
seat.
tea. Is a seat taken?
Hey, Sawyer.
Hey, you. Welcome, welcome. How you doing?
I smile so painfully awkwardly at you. I'm great. How are you?
Yeah. About the same. We're just waiting on some coffees. We're discussing next course of action here. I think we're talking about how to approach a certain location here.
I'm glancing around very nervously. I'm fidgeting. I look incredibly anxious. Probably because I haven't been out in public in a context like this for a very long time.
I'm going to like sigh kind of deeply and say, sit down.
I sit down.
I'm going to slide a coffee over to Sawyer and then stop and take it back. And instead, what I'm going to do is I'm looking right at you, Sawyer, and I said, do you need something to help with the nerves? Because you're freaking everybody out.
I don't want to... Yeah, sure.
I'm gonna pass Sawyer something underneath the table.
I take it very awkwardly.
I'm not going to
I'm-
be a shithead and make you roll stealth. But what is it?
Yeah, so this will be Soviet happy. Also known as happy pills.
Okay.
Mechanically, if you take it, it heals 1 point of resolve There's one use per shift.
Ooh, okay.
This isn't like habit forming, is it?
Oh, they all are, I'm sure. Oh, sorry.
It's
Do you
definitely
ask
me.
in
Yeah,
character?
sorry. I'm
do
so
you
sorry.
ask-
I'm so sorry.
Yeah. Do you,
It's
ask,
totally
you
fine.
ask,
My bad.
so, yeah, I just shut up and take it.
Sure, you got it. Every single minor sound, I'm just picking up and locking onto it, but I take whatever you give me without much complaint and just sort of let it settle in after a few minutes. But I'm just listening. I have nothing to say. I'm just listening to everybody else at the table.
So,
Yeah.
Direct plan of action. I think I need to go there. If we're going to split up, if we're going to split the team. Bob and I, maybe, we go there, we maybe grab a drink, and maybe just have a look around. And this, I'd also like to get guidance from Skiff here as to where you think we might be heading, if we're heading in the right direction. All I know is that I've got a feeling about that place, and I got a feeling when we went back from it, they're holding something there. They're hiding something there. There's something there it's not obvious, and it's driving me insane. So
I mean, that kind of power draw, the kind of equipment they must have in there is going to be...
yeah.
It's going to make sense the second you figure out what it is, but until then, it could really be anything.
Yeah.
Is there
mean,
no
even the-
way
even
that
the-
you can give me like any sort of idea of the layout that's outside of the rest of the bar, the club itself? Meaning like where the energy is hottest, I suppose.
Oh, like a heat map?
Something like that, yeah.
I could definitely look into doing that. I mean,
The reason
Sure.
I ask is because there's absolutely no fucking way that this place only has one entrance. It's got to have an exit to the street for bugging out. So if we can find that exit to the street, we'll be one step closer to getting in there without them knowing.
we did discuss getting blueprints for this place, didn't we?
Yep.
Yeah, but
we-
getting the blueprints for the place is not going to give us what it looks like now. Because
Well-
whatever's going on now, it's add-on.
If you have the original blueprints, you might be able to figure out where something has been covered up or hidden.
Okay.
If nothing else, you
I'll
you
buy
get an
that.
idea for what dimensions are not being shown to you. You get an idea for exactly how much space they're working with. And if you've been in there, you might be able to eyeball it if we have a schematic or a diagram.
Yeah, it might be hard from the inside though. But might be able to. What floor was it on? It was either 30 or 50. It was one of those floors, right? I can't remember. For a place that high up to have some sort of access within it and an exit outside of it, it's either going to go to the ground floor or go through it. I don't know if
So
there's
we're looking for spinner docks or elevators to the street
Yeah,
that are not listed.
yeah.
Okay. I can work with that.
Um,
It seems like we have a predilection for this place over the Tyrell Corporation. At least that's what I'm getting here. Are we all on the same page?
I mean, I'd love to
Yeah.
expose the rodent problem personally. That's more pressing for me, but that is a bigger button to push compared to this one, if you ask me. So I'd rather that one be done later.
That's where I'm at too. I don't know the sort of heat that's going to bring. This is within our purview
Yes.
of the job. So I think we've got a little bit more we can do here without it causing too much of a blowback. But if that's the case, then just as Sam was talking about, we do need to figure out who's doing what, where we're going to be, and how we're going to be able to deal with the situation as it comes.
Right.
Ooh, are we doing this from multiple angles? Are we having people on the outside and people on the inside? That's exciting.
It depends on what we feel like we're going to need, I think. I really feel like the more bodies on the inside, the better.
The better.
I'd like to
even if
know
we-
what. Well, I guess I could find this out, but I want to know what neighboring businesses or anything like that surrounds this club, and see if it has the same owner or something like that. Because if you're gonna make a clandestine meeting place, whatever, you want to own the stuff around it. Make sure it's innocuous, like warehouse space or storage or something of that nature, so no one is going to be, no public is going to be knocking on the door trying to come in.
Why would they be, though? If they're replicants, no one would really know.
I guess it depends on how paranoid they are likely to be.
We can do what we were doing before. We can show some pictures around and see how people react. But beyond that, I don't really know what else we would be able to do to get that kind of confirmation.
I haven't had time to look into the poetry that you mentioned. But it's possible if we do a remote access, we might learn a lot more by accessing their systems and seeing what we dig up that way, before considering going back inside. It doesn't have to all be done at once.
I'm for that idea, actually. I think it would be useful. Knowledge is power there, at least, so...
If it's
Yeah, it could be worth doing some digging. But,
if it's a closed system,
you know,
Which it might be. True.
How? All right, let's look at this from two different angles. Remote access to get a little bit more information of the surrounding area. That gives us some idea of what we're working with, but again, that's going to be spotty at best, right? I mean, unless we can find old paper copies of whatever that building is, and even then, how much can you trust that? But this place is drawing power, so
It's drawing more than power, it's drawing data too.
yeah. So if it's drawing stuff from the outside, then there's a way to at least see where it's coming from, where it's going, potentially. Could give us an idea if it is on that floor, or if it is on a separate floor. If Electric Dreams is just the entrance, or it's more than that.
I think Bob's got the right idea. To me, that seems like our most feasible angle. That and Vanya. Beyond that, we don't have anything. We have a haiku written in some strange cipher and strange ink, basically.
and some strange drink names, too. I remember them naming their drink specifically something. Or at least...
Oh yeah?
or at least that's something we've encountered before.
Do you remember the names of the drinks? Because they might be codes, you know? Order the right drink, you get the right service.
Now, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, narrator, there was one dream called an Electric Sunset. That one stuck with me. I think that seemed to be not on the receipt. I think there was something that didn't line up with my receipt the last time, and it was kind of strange. And I think it when we inquired about it, I think Skiff Skiff and I don't remember if we inquired about the drink itself, but
I tried.
they were like, no, don't worry about your bill. Like, they didn't really want me to look at it, and I thought that was very interesting.
Well,
But I
I'll
did
go,
get
Sunset.
inebriated, so.
I'll go you one better. I apologize for not recalling it until just now, but they served me a drink called Vanya.
That's interesting.
All right.
Well, that's a link that we didn't have before.
And
I wasn't sure if it was I misheard them or
happenstance, and I understand.
it's just
But do you think
Now,
it's
hold on. That's potentially enough to bring to Holden. Because now we have a connection.
Well, I argue
Is
that
that
they're not
something-
forthcoming with that information. When we asked, when we inquired about this, they were insisting that it didn't exist. This kind of thing that we were sure of that could have been a clue. They wouldn't even let us into the establishment when we came back. It definitely doesn't seem like they're going to present that as ever having been on the menu. You know what I mean? But maybe. I mean, it might be enough. It's our
I'm
word against
curious.
something right now that we can't prove.
I'm curious if someone went in there to that very bar and ordered themselves a Vanya, what would happen?
Yeah.
I could do it.
You know what? I think that's something we absolutely should try. I mean, where else? You know, that's a huge clue. And I know that they must change their staff. They must have several teams of people working there, because I think I inquired about Bertrand last time, and I kind of lean in, and I don't know if that guy was even really working there. I think he was just there. I don't know if he was employed there, but there was something going on with that guy. Weird guy.
All right. So let's sort of figure out a bit of a game plan, at least for the initial, whatever this is going to be going forward. If Galen goes in, you're going to need backup to some degree. Inside, outside, we can figure that out. But if you're going to go in and order this thing, we need to be aware of a few things. Skiff, if you were in there and they gave you this drink, name this, was that a nod towards you for some reason? What, with the history you've told us, is it something that is recognized that might get your foot in the door?
Honestly, I have no idea why they gave that to me. It's like they knew me. It's like they read my mind.
Right. That is
Maybe they
such
were-
a...
I'm just curious. Maybe they were testing you. Maybe they were looking for a response from you when they offered it to you.
Or Vanya was there. And Vanya
Trying to
was
signal.
trying to signal you.
I mean, at this point, we know that the program exists. There's the time periods make sense. The fact that we have discovered that the memories can be pushed forward, moved on to something else. What is the likelihood that that was a signal?
Make me the best choice to go in again then. If she was signaling directly to me, which it seems like that's plausible. But she wanted me to follow somehow, and I didn't pick up on it.
I mean, let's consider how common we hear that name at all. It's not. You know, this seems like the logical path.
If she is indeed a replicant, A, B, involved with the underground, who better to have on her side than someone that knew her from from childhood and was a Blade Runner in the LAPD?
Skiff,
Play on those memories.
I wanna ask something though, and I wanna know if you're prepared for that. This could be a Bob and Sam situation. I hesitate to say person. I know the history. What if they don't recognize you at all? What if this is just a shell? I mean,
I doubt
I
they
just
forget
want-
anything. I certainly didn't.
but what if? What if they turn to you with that same level of unfamiliarity? I mean,
Selma, we could what if forever.
I know.
Well, why don't we do this? Let's start there. Let's start with Skiff going in and saying Vanya. We also have the, what was it, Electric Sunset? Was that the other name of the drink? It could be
Yeah.
code words.
Yeah, and that's what I'm wondering. I don't know, Bob. It seemed silly at the time, but now thinking of it, it's just like, well, why would they hide that off?
Electric Sunset could be another phrase for retirement.
That's pretty good, actually. So
It
let's
could be a
assume-
warning.
Real quick, GM, did I, when I went in there before, jog my memory here, I was the first person to say the word Vanya, right? To the bartender. And the bartender gave me a drink called that. Is that how that worked?
No. So,
Okay.
at least from my memory, you
Okay.
told me, the GM, her name, and then he served you the drink that was called that. But you were asking him about information related to who that was, I think.
Okay, but I didn't say the name.
You didn't say
He
the name
just-
to him. He just
he
slid you
slid
the
me the
drink,
drink.
and that's how you knew, like, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the drink had an aroma that reminded
Yes,
me of her.
absolutely, with
Okay.
the maple,
Yeah.
I believe.
Yep.
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 So, if we can assume to start that Skiff is going to be in there and dropping some words, specifically Vanya to start, then we also need to figure out how we can provide backup in the best way possible. Selma,
Skiff.
you face.
Before we move ahead, Bob, if you don't mind.
Sure. No, please go ahead.
Skiff, are you okay to do this? You just got out of the hospital. You got new parts. And this is somebody that meant something to you.
If I'm honest, Galen, I would say it's the only thing I really want to do right now. But I don't know if that makes it the right thing to do.
Narrator, we've been throwing around a lot of names and stuff. Can I just roll observation to see if anybody's taken an interest?
Oh, yeah. Sure.
There goes Selma giving the GM ideas. Great.
That's a 3.
I'm going to assume that this is standard procedure for you now to put your KIA down and do the little like bubble of no one can hear us type thing. And I think maybe you've seen a couple people glance over like, why can't I hear anything from that table? But other than that, pretty much you've been ignored. I will say Lil's is very close to the LAPD.
Okay.
And I feel like it would be really foolish to try to listen in here. You might, even if you were a regular here, people probably would take notice of that. So I think that knowledge, along with your observation and along with the idea that you guys have this KIA doing the area sweep to negate all sound, I think it's safe to say you feel pretty confident that nobody's watching you guys or listening in here.
Okay, great. Thank you. Well, sooner the better, I'd say. And I know we've suffered quite a bit. Our squad has definitely suffered some injuries here. So I'm here. I'm here whenever we want to get moving. But I think
Well, if I'm not mistaken,
we
the club
can, we
opens
should.
at 7. So we
Okay.
got an hour and a half ish from now.
okay.
And if it makes you feel any better, I I did spend some time down at the range, and I requisitioned myself a proper sidearm.
In terms of the access, the mention about a closed system got me thinking. It's possible that we could still access it from a floor above or below if we could find a suitable business, something that might not be open at that hour. We could start taking a look at things like that, so we'd be a lot closer to the danger, but it also might be much more effective for a breach like that to figure out what those uplinks are being used for exactly, because they're definitely not being used by the customers.
All right. So potentially 2 different locations for us as a group. If Skiff goes in, and if you think you can find a place, Sawyer, up or down, wherever, to connect, you need someone with you. Because if your back's going to be turned doing that, you need someone to watch. Skiff, you need someone watching your back. There's enough of us to figure this out. The only thing I'm worried about is recognition. Who will be known, who will be seen. You've been there before, Selma.
Yep. I mean,
You've been there.
I lost my badge. That's going to be something that sticks with me for a while, so they would probably recognize me. I don't want to be foolish about that.
So is it smarter to use that or to hold you off from going in there?
I'm not sure because if we want it to look, they would have to know that I know that they know who I am, you know? So
They're going to know your LAPD. They're
exactly.
Gonna know that.
So they'll know as soon as I show up, they'll know that I'm aware. So because they're aware that I know I'm LAPD, they know I'm LAPD, why would I be there to try anything, you know? So it's almost like hiding under the obvious.
Well,
I know it sounds kind of crazy, but if I went under some kind of like, I'm just here to have a drink and relax, I don't know if that would look suspicious to them or if it would look like she's here for something.
Well, you're
Selma.
with Skiff.
I go in alone.
Okay.
If that was a signal to me, it's just for me.
Okay. All right.
If they smell something off, they'll dead end us.
All right. Yeah, if you're sure, absolutely.
We
I
also have
want
to
you to be safe.
We have to be under the assumption that all of us have been identified.
Sure.
Renzo got away once.
True. That's very true.
If Renzo is a part of this Replicant underground, like we assume, and again, the assumption that Electric Dreams is a part of the Replicant underground, these are 2 big assumptions. Then all of our covers have been blown.
I think they probably know who we all are.
I think that's a safe bet.
That changes some things then. Not so much a Skiff going in there. I think that still tracks. Someone having Sawyer's back, or 2 people, don't know, but not comfortable with Skiff being in there by themselves.
Yeah. Well, I'm absolutely here for Sawyer as well. If either of you are needing backup, I think that, Skiff, you're right 100% that this was meant for you. At least some kind of wire, maybe, something we can use to keep in touch with you. I think it's dangerous to go in alone. Truly. At this stage. We've all been very hurt.
Well, I think if they wanted to kill me, they probably know where I live. Probably could do it in my sleep at my apartment. So, that's not their objective. I think their objective is to turn me, and then, if I won't be turned, decide what to do with me. So I might have to say things and possibly do things to gain their trust. But I won't do anything that'll put you in jeopardy, any of you. Promise you that.
All right, I respect it. Okay, so Electric Dreams opens. Skiff, I don't know if you go in right when they open or if you want to wait longer. I feel like we should have someone on Overwatch, and I'm kind of jittery. The coffee's making me a little shaky, and it's one reason I'm also a little paranoid is that I feel like it's like they know we might be coming. And I'm just really worried for Skiff in this moment. I'm also really worried for Sawyer. But I don't think I really make that clear, so I'm just gonna keep
Well,
sighing and rubbing my glasses.
tell me what you guys think about this opinion. If I go to Electric Dreams, and they do indeed know who I am, their attention might be focused on me and whoever I have backing me up. If we do this at the same time we do Aaron Sawyer's mole hunt, could be the best time to do it is when they're concerned with me because I'm out in the open and you guys are sneaking in
Yeah.
somewhere. Then again, we don't know who the mole is working for.
No, we don't. Hell, we don't even know if there's just one.
True.
I would at least hope there is, but
But in my opinion, it's definitely something to do with the replicants because that's how they got 3 of them in there. Unless somehow
Wait.
the Tyrell Corporation still has some measure of control over some replicants, and they snuck them into the morgue.
I strongly believe that the attack on the LAPD was orchestrated by Tyrell.
Do you? Okay, now wait a minute and follow me on this one. If we have Electric Dreams and we have a potential mole inside the LAPD that is, let's make the assumption that they could be from Tyrell. Tyrell specifically looking for these replicants that may be operating out of Electric Dreams. These are 2 different things. Now, if we attempt to expose this mole using the information of us going into Electric Dreams, it would cause a lot of fervor. It'd cause a lot of activity. There might be enough communication and chatter to catch something. Should we do that? Should we go for both? Some of us will be
at the same time.
At the same time. We will have some of us at the LAPD very loudly within earshot and vision of whatever surveillance equipment is going on, of us actively trying to do some information along the lines of us going into Electric Dreams. Us having a conversation so that it is picked up that we're going into Electric Dreams, to see if we can see if there's any chatter in regards to that coming out of Tyrell. If it's something they're going to move on. But it would be hard to time, but if you can get in there, Skiff, and if things go in that direction, if you say the word Vanya and you get swept up into something, there's not much a lot of us can do. But it would expose them.
I think we can use whatever we learn at Electric Dreams for the later plan, personally, anyway. You know, you could, even just reporting it to Holden would probably get that information out there in a way to light up whatever signal we're looking for. I personally think it's better to keep both plans separate, but if you feel strongly about doing these both at the same time, then I can do either one.
The only reason why I'm suggesting both at the same time is the sort of pressure it creates a time limit. It means that some parties in the background may not be able to move as safely as they would. Someone on the outside may be able to see outside of Electric Dreams, seeing vehicles show up that are from Tyrell. Do you know what I mean?
You're talking about flushing out somebody by me going to Electric Dreams at all.
It's essentially us using ourselves as a sort of bait. You would be bait to be picked up by the replicants. We would be a sort of bait. It's not really the right word, but for us to plant the information that we're going into Electric Dreams. It's just, and then with Sawyer, watching the channels of communication from whatever point of view that you need to, so that you can see if there's information coming from Tyrell, if it's going through the LAPD, where it's coming from, who it is.
Okay. All right. I think
Thought I just said that.
You did.
I think all right, if that's the plan, give me half an hour at the LAPD to put 1 or 2 pieces in place. We go to the Electric Dreams breach, and I can hopefully be monitoring LAPD chatter while we're there.
We gotta have somebody just back you up.
Yeah.
I'll have Sawyer's back. I'll be there. I'll be within your vicinity, and I'll watch out for you.
Sure.
So then let's make this clear. Electric Dreams, and this is a recon situation. We're trying to find something to tie Electric Dreams to solid evidence so that we can raid it. Yes?
Yes.
We are not trying to raid this place without knowing more.
Right.
Agreed.
Okay. Now you're starting to think like vice cops.
I don't know if that's an insult or a compliment.
From Galen, that's a compliment.
I'm joking,
Okay.
by the way.
Okay. Galen, Selma, where are you going to be? Let's make sure we know.
I know where I'd like to be, and that's observing the data as it comes through. I think that would be pretty amazing. Now, I'd like to back y'all up if you're going to be at the LAPD. Thing is, I was concerned about Skiff, so I don't know. In this instance, I just think I'd like to go where I'm needed most, and I think that might be behind a screen.
All right. So, what if it's you and Sawyer and myself? We'll be at the LAPD. Galen, do you think you can get inside either incognito of some sort? Can you blend in and be some level of backup for Skiff if it's needed?
Sure.
Okay. Then I think we need to get prepared. I opened the door to Selma's office, and as I walk in, I look over at the nutcracker that she has that we previously determined had surveillance equipment in it. From the angle that I'm at the door, can it see me?
Roll stealth, I suppose.
Give that a shot. 1.
No, it cannot.
I linger at the door for just a minute, or a moment, and I look towards Sawyer and do a slight nod in that direction. And then I continue to walk inside, and I walk first to the side to let Selma and Sawyer walk in. As soon as they're in, I close the door. All right. I know that Skiff and Galen are going to be getting into position, so I'm not sure what you need to do to monitor that, but we'll just be listening and waiting. Appreciate the use of your office, Selma.
Oh, yeah. No problem at all, Bob.
Yeah.
Well, I suppose I'll, let's get started. All right. I sit down. I pull up the, couple monitors here.
I pull out my KIA and send a message over to Selma, and it's very quick. It just says, don't mention the name Electric Dreams yet.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'd like to try and get an eyeball on this monitoring equipment and see surreptitiously if I can ascertain exactly, is it audio only, is it video only, or is it both?
We would have told you. What we determined is that it's both. We were able to see that there is a camera inside the mouth of the Nutcracker. We would have said that it's likely that they would be listening in as well. So it's
Gotcha.
And we don't know past that what other monitoring is in this room, but we do know that those two elements are there.
Gotcha. In that case, I'm somehow more nervous in the LAPD itself, which should be a sanctuary, than anywhere else you've seen me so far. I seem somehow in my own place of work the most out of my element so far, but I take a seat beside Selma and I go to work. I set up whatever we need to set up, whatever terminal. I use my KIA to boot up some of my own programs, and we get to work.
I think that since we are, we're waiting for them to get into position, I probably would have sent some other messages. But before I get into that, for the office door itself, does it have one of those windows, those long window slits that have like the crisscross sort of like wire in it? Does it have one of those, or is this a completely...
Ooh, that's a good question.
That's
how
a very
much
good
view
question.
out is there?
I would
from here?
say that it's incredibly rare for there to even be an enclosed office in this, where, in this alt reality space is extremely rare.
Sure.
So I think there's probably quite a view out. It's up to Selma to decide if she has like blinders, or if she just continues to just like work, or if it's frosted glass, or I'll let you decide.
It's funny you say that. I was thinking frosted glass like that, like kind of like old-timey detective,
Yeah.
Yeah, so probably that, but I know Selma usually likes to work in private. She doesn't like anybody like peering in, so
Yeah.
probably frosted.
Okay.
If that's an option.
Yep, it is. It most certainly is. They have frosted
right.
in the first film quite a lot, so I'm
I
a fan
forgot
of that
how
one.
nice your office was.
Oh, it's all right. Yeah, they better be giving me at least something this nice for being here this long, right?
They got me
Practically a
splitting a
grandma.
standing desk.
I'd like to, and maybe this, and I kind of fiddle with the desk, like maybe this one can stand. I don't know.
Oh, please
do you
don't
need
make
it
me
like
stand.
raised, or okay?
Just-
I can, if you need it, I can raise it, lower it, whatever you need to work best.
No, I'm good.
I appreciate how private it is. I then go over to the door and say, I'm a little hungry. There's some vending machines just across the way. Do you all need anything before we start this?
Oh, I'll take those little cheese crackers, little bag of those if they have them.
Yeah. Would you like
Sour candies.
All right, I'll see what they have. I open the door and I guess I'm probably am I met with a fairly open floor plan at this point outside of the office itself. How much of this floor has people in and around it? Just in the space that I can see. Are there tech workers? Are there other cops? Like, what am I seeing when I walk around?
Yeah. I mean, because the way the LAPD is set up, it's kind of a open concept. So you've got kind of a scrum style workplace where you've got, cubicles that are kind of open where they can talk to each other. Again, it's incredibly rare for somebody to even have an office. But the people who are more likely to have an office, believe it or not, are the analysts, where they need to be able to lock their stuff and have some sort of security, or even just a place to stack papers upon papers, because everything's analog right now. I'd say it's fairly busy. It's an average day at the office, and it's 5-ish, 6 o'clock. Depending on when you guys started, I believe we said it was going to be around 5 o'clock. So it's probably about 6 now. It's been an hour you guys sat at the diner. So it's a pretty busy evening shift, I'd say.
Okay. Then I'm not expecting much, but I think as I'm walking across the floor to get to the vending machines, I'm looking to see if anyone's paying attention.
Observation, please.
Oh, that's a 1.
I think you'll find a couple people notice you, but it's probably the same as normal, like, oh, hey, Bob, or, whatever. But nothing really stands out as somebody who's taking a little bit more of interest than they should.
I really didn't expect that, but it's good to look. I will get over to the vending machines. I will get whatever. Are there sour candies and those little cheese crackers here? Because I am trying to get exactly what they asked for.
Yeah, in the world lore of Blade Runner right now, vending machines give you everything. Almost anything that you get nowadays is from a vending machine. Your deodorant, your tools, food, coffee. It's just like so much more than that. So absolutely, basically, anything you fucking want is here in one of the vending machines. You probably even have like a vending machine that has personal products like that, like toothpaste and toothbrush for people who stay at the office long. So, yeah.
I'd probably have gotten one of those.
Well, I'll get that for both of them, and then I will walk back towards the office, and then I will go into the office, but I'm going to leave the door open just a crack.
Okay.
And then I'll go ahead and give them their stuff, and then I guess we should check in to see if they're ready to start.
Oh, thank you, Bob. Yes. Yeah. Oh my gosh, these are my favorite. I started unwrapping them.
Is Selma using her own terminal to work at the moment?
I think I'm sitting next to you as you use the same one.
Yeah, we're using the same terminal. Okay, so the first thing that I'm going to do before we even touch the Electric Dream stuff is I'm trying to see if I can locate any monitoring stuff that's been snuck onto Selma's terminal to see if we can control what information it receives.
You gotta roll me that tech and then also a stealth, please.
Yeah.
You can have advantage on both because you know the room is bugged.
Stealth and tech?
Doesn't matter which order.
I don't know why. I'm nervous.
Well, maybe it's because everybody's lives depend on this. I don't know. Okay.
That's my tech. That's my stealth.
Okay, so that's a 2 and a 4 for those listening. Why don't you describe what this looks like?
I think as much of a fish out of water that I am in all these social situations, especially when you see, I was so anxious coming into the building, like I was going to my own execution, that the second that I have something to key into, you see, I like, it's almost like I tune my implants down, so I'm honing in, and that's the calmest you've seen me. at this point is when I actually have a task to do and I'm just hyper focused, and you might even have to speak to me twice to get my attention at this stage.
All right, I'll go ahead and open up the comm line.
Skiff. I read you. We are as set up as we are going to be here. Galen, are you there?
Copy.
All right. When you're ready, just let us know. And we will be monitoring. Be listening.
Roger that.
All right.
Here we go.
Did I discover monitoring software?
Absolutely. With this tech of 2, I think you're going to discover more than just software on her computer. But I kind of want to know what it is that you're doing to look for this. Like, how are you finding this?
So basically, anything that the terminal uses in terms of an uplink, is what I'm examining. So if it has any kind of uplink capacity, that's the first thing I'm examining, is
Okay.
if there's anything unusual in the data feed there.
So why don't we say that you are looking at this uplink and the data feed, and you see that absolutely it is set up, and you follow that trail along, going, okay, well, where exactly is this going? And you notice that every terminal in the LAPD is also set up to be delivering. There's also camera footage that is going to this uplink as well. And if you want to follow that uplink to find out where it's going, I'm going to need another roll. Sorry, my cat is eating something. 1 second.
Gotcha. I very quietly just say, I knew it.
What?
Oh, nothing, just, I just brushed past the question. and I take a breath, and yeah, I'm gonna try and see where this information is being sent, if I
Okay.
can find a relay of some kind.
I'll just need another tech roll. Your stealth roll applies. You rolled a 4, so I'm allowing you to be stealthy the whole scene. Again, not that your character would know that, but like, I think you feel pretty confident that you know what you're doing, so.
Gotcha. Is this a normal roll?
Yep, a normal tech roll, please.
Absolutely. I'm gonna push this.
Okay. This is 0 for those listening, and with
That's
a
a
push,
2.
you got a 2. Congrats. I'm gonna type it to you so that you may reveal it in RP.
Gotcha. I give a very, very slow exhale, and I just take a scratch pad, a notepad, and I just start penciling down some things. But in the middle of the page, in very big letters, I write one letter, just a big capital T, right in the middle of the page.
All right. I think I would look at that and then look to Selma.
Yeah, I think we absolutely both notice it.
Okay.
And I look. I think the look on my face in the moment when I deliver that information is sheer terror, just for a second.
Before we go, because I know they're getting ready to go in, we've had enough discussions at this point, and this is to you, narrator. We've had enough discussions at this point about Tyrell's influence and possible involvement in the situation. I would like to essentially retroactively ask that we would have been able to come up with something to communicate if we discover it's Tyrell to the other team.
Sure, absolutely. What do you think that code would have been?
Bob's not a code guy, so...
All right. Anybody can come up with the code word. You could just improv it right now as you give that code word to the other team.
Oh, yeah.
Sushi. That can't be our code word. We have too much sushi. It's got to be something we never say.
Honestly,
It's gotta
you
be
know
something
what?
we never
you
say.
know what? No.
I mean,
This
maybe
you have
not
to-
in this
but you
situation, though. Are
you
you
have
going
to-
to be
Innocuous.
yeah.
It has to be possible to say. It can't
Yeah.
be like quartz reactor or something like that.
Yeah,
It has to
right.
be something that comes up and
Because
casual
especially if you're in a
conversation.
bugged room, you can't just be like, pineapple juice or something. You want to be like, oh, yeah.
By the
okay.
way,
You wanna
did
get
Selma
that?
come up with that?
Oh my god, that is... All right, so
What made it so obvious?
I think, okay, so over the comms, after looking at Selma and looking at Sawyer,
Hey, Galen and Skiff, maybe after this is done, we could go out for some sushi.
And I think that's a great place to switch. Where are you both? Outside or inside?
That sounds delightful.
All right.
Where are you both? Are you outside
I
or are you
think-
inside?
I think we're meeting
Yeah.
like a couple of blocks away. And I think we both would have agreed to like take cabs here so our
Yeah.
spinners aren't just like, out where they can see it. So I walk up to Galen. I'm ready. You ready?
Yes.
Yeah. Both had the same thing on our mind. I thought I'd be nervous. I'm not.
That's good.
How about you?
I have to admit, this whole thing is a little nerve-wracking.
Oh, I did see you at the range earlier. I was in my own head and kind of in the zone. So, I meant to come up, say hi, but just wanted to know that I did see and I wasn't ignoring you on purpose.
It would have been fine if you were. Sometimes you just have to shoot the gun, right?
I didn't never take time to practice after I passed the first initial test. Well, the required amount of practice. That's all I put in. I find myself wanting to go down there more and more after the last few days. I don't know if they ever said anything about this, but I remember more shots that I missed when I needed to hit than the shots that I actually hit. I really want to make tonight a hit.
There's a lot of eyes on us now.
Yeah.
It didn't get put past me. These medals and all that. The heroes. That just makes us a bigger target, right?
Yeah.
The higher ups are gonna look at us, blame us if anything goes wrong now.
Well, I just hope nothing goes wrong. Where are you going to be?
In the crowd. I'm just gonna be another patron. Drinking and flirting.
Am I going in first? Or you going in first?
Probably better if I go in first.
Roger.
My name will be Jake.
Got it. And before you go in, seem like the kind of guy that would takes everything with a bit of skepticism, but I'm glad it's you here tonight. If shit goes down, which it won't, but if shit goes down, you're the person I'd want next to me. And I love Selma. It's like a sister, but I want a cool head and a cold gun. And I think that's you.
I don't really hear that very often.
Don't make it easy to compliment you, my friend.
I suppose not. Look. This is extra dangerous, Skiff. There might just be a whole mess of replicants in there. If things go sideways, we need an evac plan.
You have something in mind?
Yeah. Gonna open up my jacket. And, got 2 grenades there.
So if there isn't a hole, you'll make one. Is that what I'm gathering?
Flashbang. Tear gas.
Oh.
We're
Okay.
not trained to fight. You know that, right?
Right.
If we
Oh,
stay
no.
and we fight, that means we're ready to die.
No, I fully plan, if I even get past the first barrier, I fully plan on them taking my firearm away. Maybe even making me strip down. Who knows? So, count on me probably being unarmed. But we know the go word. Thanks to, I'm sure, Selma.
Is that a go word?
I thought that was the jig is up word. That was the bug out word. Get your shit and get gone.
I just thought they were hungry.
No, it's Selma was sitting in the police station, and she said, I can just picture, well, we need some sort of word to let everybody know that if it all goes down badly, we should have a word that tells everybody that it's going bad. I think sushi is a good word.
Have you done that impression before in front of Selma?
No, and if you tell her, I'll deny it.
She might like it.
She might at that.
Just, remember. This Vanya? It's probably not your Vanya. More ways than one.
Roger that.
All right, I better get in there.
I'll see you in there, Jake.
I'll walk up. I guess, is there a bouncer?
Absolutely, there is. And I need you to roll something for me. Manipulation or stealth, either one.
I am going to definitely choose manipulation in this case.
I figured. That is a 1. Would you like to push?
No.
Okay. Then absolutely there is a bouncer. Let me just take a look at the schedule. You guys are approximately shortly after open, right? Just to make sure that I've got the right time, or you weren't planning on like waiting for a couple of hours or anything. Okay. Then if that's the case, you see a fairly short woman who is wearing glasses after dark. And she looks at you and doesn't even think twice and waves you in. You look like a party person. She's absolutely going to be like, fuck yeah, we need more of you in there. Yeah.
Smile and walk through. And as I do, I will... I'm going to slip just like a pathetic amount of cash towards the bouncer.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Hey. When
It's-
you say pathetic amount, you mean just piddly?
Yeah, it's like
Embarrassing?
a...
Okay.
It's like an embarrassing amount. It's like somebody thinks they're really slick when they get into the club,
Yeah,
and they're
just
like,
like,
yeah. Oh, like pull out the $5,
Yeah, okay.
like, yeah.
All right, so you slip over a few chin yen, and she, not that you can see, but she rolls her eyes behind her sunglasses and just accepts.
Nod my head and walk
Have a
through
good
the
time,
door.
sir.
Oh, I will.
And then roll me observation once you get inside.
Okay. A 1.
Okay, what are you looking for first?
I'm probably gonna go to the bar. That's what most people would do,
Okay,
I think.
okay.
Proper social lubrication to start things off.
Yep, it's not quite super busy yet. It's just opened, or, getting there. You've got one bartender at the moment. She takes a look at you, nods, and waits for you to give her your order.
Oh, what is good today?
She just shakes her head and smiles and says, whatever you're about to order. What's your favorite?
I would love something that, just really picks me up. You have anything like that?
Roll manipulation. I think she's trying to see if you're asking for something a little extra, like a stimulant in your drink. Oh,
3.
yeah. So are you? Are you kind of putting that vibe forward?
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Then she big, huge grin and says, oh, yeah, we've got something like that. And begins to make you something that you probably gauge is a little bit of a citrus drink. And that's so that it can hide the stimulant she's about to give you. Yep. And she does that and then passes it over. Not that these stimulants are illegal in this corpo world, but yeah. So she hides the taste of it anyway, because it probably doesn't taste great. Would you like me to start a tab? Oh. All right. And she already begins to make another one.
Woo!
I'll take that as a yes.
That had a little zip.
Yeah, just a bit. I can give you more zip if you want.
Woo. Yeah, definitely start tab. I'll probably come back, you know?
Yeah.
Once it starts picking up a little bit. Where is everybody?
Well, it's still a little bit early. Give it maybe 45 minutes.
Really, that long? I thought things get started here early. Everybody's talking about this place.
Sounds like you should get things started for us.
Oh, me?
Yeah. You look like you can dance.
Of course.
And she just gestures to the floor. The dance floor.
Yeah, I'm looking. Is there like a DJ?
Yeah, why don't we say that there is? Yeah, because remember, this has 2 floors and there's a lot of like dining in the area as well, but there is a small like place in the middle. And remember, there are fish flying around or floating or swimming around in the air in this place, for those of you who don't remember Electric Dreams. So they're kind of like bumping into you as you wander through here. And the dance floor is lit up with lots of neon and bright colors.
So I'm like looking around for the DJ or whatever, and I'm just like, yeah, I could do that. Maybe not right now, but at some point I feel like I could get the ball rolling. And this is definitely going to help. Thank you so much. What was your name?
Petrie.
Petrie?
Yeah.
Like the dish?
That's right.
Okay. All right. That's good. Now, Petrie, how long have you been working here?
Why do you ask?
Well, I'm just wondering if you could direct me towards anybody that might be looking to have a good time tonight. I'm a little hard up. Okay, I've got to be honest with you. It's been a little while, you know, a little nervous.
I'm still going based off your 3 manipulation. She's going to point to a group in the back. They will show you a good time. Regulars, you can tell them I sent you.
Okay. Good to know.
In fact, you can bring them this tray of drinks. And she pulls out a tray, slaps it down, and starts making a couple of drinks and putting them on the tray one by one, and then slides the tray towards you and sets the drink she made you, the second drink she made you, on top. There you go.
I look over there. Do I recognize any of these people?
Roll, please. We'll do connections or observation. Probably connections would make sense. More so
2
than
on connections.
Would you like to? I'd say you can recognize one person if you'd like.
So I don't want to recognize anybody here.
Okay. Well, I was going to say from your time on Vice.
I'm hoping that it's not like, you know, that I'm not seeing like people that are going to recognize me.
Not as a cop, but you could potentially see somebody that would recognize one of your personas from Vice or something like that, if you'd like. If you don't want to, you succeeded. There's nobody.
Okay. I'm gonna say that nobody recognizes me then.
Okay. Sounds good.
Yeah, I will pick up the tray. I said, Petrie, thank you for the inn. I'm sure that will make my night enjoyable.
Have fun.
Well, here we go, Jake. Let's do this.
How's your night?
Going well. How about you?
Good. How's it looking in there?
Could be busier.
And I wait for them to
Yeah, they
to
wave you in. You, however, this is the same woman from before. The same bouncer from before. So, do you look different? I see that you are wearing something different. Are you trying to be sneaky, or are you just trying to be like...
You're talking about Ursa.
Yeah, that's right. The bouncer,
Okay.
right? You're talking to the bouncer, not the bartender? Or
I
were you
have
talking
it
to the
written
bartender?
down as bar back, but yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so
The person who was nervous before.
yes, that's the one
Okay.
who's
Okay.
at the door
That's Ursa.
right now. Yep. mhm.
Okay. Okay.
And then you got Petrie at the bar tonight.
No, I don't make as though I recognize them,
Yep, you're just trying to slide right on by.
but
Yeah.
I see if they recognize me.
Yeah, okay. Then I'm going to have you roll stealth for me. That seems to make sense. Either stealth or manipulation, one of the two. And essentially what I'm doing here with this roll is she either, might vaguely recognize you and be like, huh, but then she vaguely recognizes everybody that walks through here, potentially.
Okay. A 0.
She definitely has an expression cross her face, even with the sunglasses. You can tell she kind of recognizes you for a second. Do you say anything to her?
Nope.
You just let it go, okay? And do you you just walk on? Okay. All right.
Nope.
You walk in.
Because that might work for my favor.
Yeah.
So I see the recognition, or what I think might be recognition,
Yeah.
and I keep walking forward.
Right.
And I make my way down to the bar that's by the dance floor, the bar that I went to last time.
Mm-hmm.
Who is working the bar? Is it someone I recognize?
It's not somebody you recognize. It is another
So
young
it's
lass.
not Derek.
It's not Derek.
Okay.
It is somebody new. Her name is Petrie, although you don't know that. Actually, she probably has a name tag on. But she's got brown hair, straight fringe, nice dangly earrings that reflect the lights in here. So probably like some sort of clear crystal looking, like, obviously not real, but they're pretty heavy and gaudy, and they're reflecting a lot of light. And she smiles at you. What can I get for you?
There was a bartender here before. They gave me a drink. And I'm just wondering if you know how to make it. He called it a Vanya?
Connections or manipulation? Let's go, baby.
Oh, that's connections. Here it comes. I'm gonna push that.
Okay. That's a 1 for those listening, and he's still pushing.
Okay.
Oh
go.
my God, you have no idea. You have no idea. I mean, maybe you do, because this isn't your first rodeo with me, but my Lord. Okay.
I changed a 1 success into a 3 success.
Fucking hell. Okay, so all reservation she has with you immediately relaxes and is gone. And she just points to the door. It's your first time?
That obvious.
Well, I mean, if you're asking, yeah. It's back that way through there and against the wall. Just solve the riddle and you can go in.
So what's your favorite drink?
Be discreet about it, would you?
Okay. And I head back.
Fucking hell, dude.
And I look for the thing that she was describing.
Yeah, so she pointed to the place where you watched Vanya leave.
Right.
And go through. And so you walk down that corridor again, and you hit the dead end, or what seems to be a dead end. And there is still something there. It looks like it's etched into the holographic like wall. There's like a fish tank there, or at least it looks like a fish tank. It's floor to ceiling fish tanks. I'm realizing that it's been a while since we've been here, but it does look like there's something etched onto the glass.
Okay.
Please hold while I get it out. Endless paths entwine in choices you define. That's what's etched there. And I'm assuming you've got your light with you.
Yeah.
Then that's
And
what you see.
I say, what's this journey mine?
The wall in front of you changes from a fish tank to be images, art, oil paintings, it looks like. I have to move you over here so that you can see it here. I'm going to go ahead and drop them also in the Discord so that the rest of you can take a look. Let me make sure I put over. Yep, okay. In 1 second, I'll drop them in the Discord, but in the meantime, you can pull open the stream here.
Yep. Okay, I can see it.
Yep, okay. So that is what you see, and they appear one by one, slowly, in no particular order that you can really gauge. That's what appears up there on the wall for you, and that's it.
You come here often?
Does so I does it look like I'm supposed to like touch one of these?
If you touch them, nothing happens.
Okay.
I mean, they might have some sort of like light up response for a second, but it's just like a regular I'm touching a thing and the screen is interactable. But nothing in particular happens beyond that.
So I bring up my light thing to see if there's anything.
It has finished the line that you gave it. So it says endless paths entwine in choices you define. What's this journey mine? And I've put that in the Discord for you.
Okay. So I'm looking at these. Just make sure I got it right. I'm looking at what looks like a spider web, 2 swans.
That's right.
A sheep.
Yep.
And a human with a skeletal face.
That's right.
Okay. And then I say out loud, but sort of under my breath, hidden face I wear. And I look at the one with the skeleton face. And I look for some interactable part of it. And I kind of touch around.
There's nothing interactable. You might be able to like zoom in on the image, like if you put your fingers on it and pull like you would like an iPhone or something like that to zoom in on the detail of the image. But other than that, it's just those 4 images there. And if you would like any sort of hint or anything like that, you can roll for that as well.
Well, I was thinking like, would this be like a tech roll? I could see like what this.
Yeah,
I don't even know what this is. Like,
I know. But this puzzle's not for you, so it makes sense that you wouldn't know.
Fuck.
Well, I don't mean you. PB built this puzzle for you guys, the puzzle solvers on the thing. But I mean, like, Skiff. It's not. You're not supposed to be here, so it makes sense that you don't know what it is. So you can do insight or you can do tech, and either one will give you like a different result.
Okay. Then I will definitely do insight.
Okay.
Oh shit! I gotta take the stress for push.
Yep. How are
Wait.
you doing on stress, by the way?
Do I get a free one or no?
A free one what?
A free? Do I get a free? Oh no, I get to push more times. Never mind.
Yeah.
Okay. How am I doing?
Yeah.
Actually, since we had 2 shifts in between, and I have this the smokes ability, I went back up to 5, and now I'm down to 4 again.
Okay.
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 Insight, here it comes. 2 successes.
Okay. Ooh. I think for you, so we're going to go back over here for a second. I think for you, I'm trying to think about how I let you come to this conclusion in character. But all of these images have something in common. This is sort of in a weird way an empathy test.
Okay. Man, I'm so like, I'm good at puzzles, but I'm bad at puzzles in that like, so many times I just overcomplicate them.
Yeah.
And I hate it because I can look at 4 images and go, well, it's not just because both of the numbers are even. And that's it. And it'd be like,
Keep in mind,
just go
I
through
know
all
you.
the permutations
I know
of
you
shit.
pretty well. I know you pretty well, and I'm not kidding when I say I built this puzzle because I have puzzle solvers on the crew this time.
Okay.
Like, you guys are nuts with puzzles, so it might be a little bit difficult, and I apologize, but here's hoping that it's not.
So if it's like,
She lied.
if if we're talking like a like in the same vein of like a psychopathy test to
Yes.
see if you have proper emotions or whatever, then I would definitely like examine the 2 swans like looking at each other.
I think
They also kind of make
yeah.
a heart.
Yeah. I think it's safe to say that the association deals with an emotional piece. It's not just going to be like, oh, they all have red. It's got to be
Right.
some sort of, yeah. So, and that's all I'll give you, and I'll let you. And you can freely communicate to the team without being penalized, by the way. Except for maybe Galen, who's partying, unless he just like shouts random shit because he's fucking high. So that's fine. I want you all to be able to participate without penalty, and I'll just go ahead and tell you that you can do that.
Can I make the insight with my 2 successes? Can I make the either connection or rule out a connection between the haiku and the paintings?
Yes, they're connected.
Okay.
1,000%. The haiku is kind of
Okay.
like a hint as to
Okay.
what you're looking at.
Well, if it's the first one, endless paths entwine, it's got to be the spider web. So I'm going to look for like, I'm going to tap the middle of the spider web, or like trace my finger along the edges of the spider web, and look to see like what reacts to that.
I mean, it registers that you're touching it, but again, nothing really changes. You can't really move it around. It's more that you're touching a screen that is meant, like, you can interact with it, but like the advertisement signs and stuff out there do the same thing. So
Okay.
I don't think it's something where you have to physically interact with it. Since you rolled 2 on your intuition, I will give you that the first one was verbal. You needed to say the last line, so it's probably verbal.
Oh, you're saying I said, "What's this journey mine?" And
Yep,
it opened
and
up
that's
this
what
thing.
opened this. So you probably have to then also say something verbally. It's not just
Okay.
something that you touch and get into.
That's honestly why I said it. Maybe I didn't say it like maybe I said it too under my breath, but
Yeah.
I hidden face. I'll say it out louder again.
Yep.
Hidden face I wear. No reaction.
No reaction.
I don't have the other fucking part of that haiku.
But I'm assuming that your team heard you say this stuff, right?
Yeah.
Okay, just making sure.
What's going on, Skiff?
Can I pass along this, like what I'm looking at? To
Yeah,
them?
absolutely.
Okay.
You guys can do that kind of thing. But I think it does probably strike you as interesting because if it were interactable, if you could touch the screen, there would be a easier way to hack into this. But because it's a verbal component, it's probably more secure. Money means this whatever this is, whether it's a hidden entry or whatever it is, was made with money, tons of money.
Right. I just sent you an image file as to what I'm looking at. Completing the haiku that we already have, and I'm not saying this super loud, but
You're good. You're safe. You can communicate. I want you all to be able to engage in the puzzle without being penalized. So
completing the haiku out loud verbally got me to this screen that I'm looking at now, and I've tried touching it, but it seems like it's probably another verbal component. And we don't have the there's the beginning of another haiku that we never got
from heaven.
Never got finished.
All right, I'm looking at it now. And you said they showed up after you finished the haiku.
Yeah. They gave me the first 2 lines, I gave them the third.
I think I look over at Sawyer and Selma, and I with an understanding of where the nutcracker is and the camera, I hold it in a way that they can't see it, that camera can't see it, but I'll hold it up to the two of them without really saying too much. But just any ideas?
I don't know. Not right off the bat. I put on my glasses.
Why would there be a series of images right after saying haiku? What would be the purpose of this?
I don't know. Maybe some kind of verbal correspondence. But I don't know how that fits into the puzzle.
All right. God. Use Galen for this.
Do I feel like my memory is jogged with regards to the files I've examined regarding Project Vanya? Is there anything about the use of imagery in conjunction with poetry that I recall?
I can have you roll again because I don't remember what your previous roll was for that. So it can be tech, please. No, you don't recall seeing anything like that other than, potentially the ramblings from that one particular worker talking about poetry and art. Just being surprised that they took an interest in poetry or were able to create poetry and art.
Maybe you should use the prompts and try finishing it, come up with something creative of your own. Could be a test like that, See if you can fit the poetic structure and finish it with your own words.
I've never been very good at poetry. I'll do my best. Endless paths entwine. Like a spider web.
You believe in memories? Because every moment with you is one I never want to forget.
right, Skiff, we're taking a look at these images. So I'm gonna run through them with you, alright? We'll just talk them out. We'll go one at a time. Got an image of a spider web. I've never been very good at representative art. But that one feels like something trapped. Or stuck. Danger. Help me out.
No, that's what I'm wondering. I get the feeling they want some sort of... It's like their own version of a void comp.
So,
They
if
wanna,
that's the case,
rather than asking me questions, they show me images. And I give them an emotional response. Like, for the spider web, it makes me feel trapped. For the swans, I feel loved. For the sheep, I feel watched.
okay.
And for the human or person, I fear death. I feel fear.
Okay.
You're saying all this out loud?
Yeah.
You notice the words in the haiku kind of flicker and light up as you're saying these things. They're responding to your voice.
All of them light up or certain words light up?
The last line, "What's this journey mine?" is probably brighter than the rest of them. But they're all kind of reacting to you, but that one is brighter than the rest for sure.
So something just happened as I said that out loud. The letters, the last line of the haiku, "What's this journey mine?" It lit up when I was with what I was just saying to you.
Do you know if it reacted to one of the words or a specific image? Did it react when you said the fear, or did it react the whole time?
I'll go again and I'll go slowly.
Yep.
All right.
Trapped.
Lights up about the same.
Love.
Same.
Fear.
Same.
Watched.
Same.
The line all reacts the same with all those words.
It's almost like you're inputting the wrong password. It's acknowledging and accepting the word, and then nothing happens. Or the lights flicker and fade.
What's this journey mine? Life.
Lights up, it reacts, but it's not really a confirmation. It's the same.
Maybe we have to answer the question.
Okay.
What's this journey mine?
You from Offworld? You got an otherworldly charm.
Is it a path of life? I mean, we've got moments in life, right? With love and death.
Life is choices, isn't it? I mean, that's kind of how I define it. Making choices.
Or the freedom to do so.
Right. Free will.
Free will.
Free will.
Kind of lights up a little bit, but it seems to be about the same.
We're getting, I mean, it's like we're putting in the right input, but the wrong password. It's
And the
accepting what I'm
password.
saying, but it's not the right, we haven't twigged on the right thing yet.
So we're
Let's
either
think
not
about-
saying it right or in the right order.
Let's think about Vanya. Let's think about what Project Vanya's about.
All right.
I think it ties back.
Memory
Memory and consciousness, right?
or consciousness.
You So, just to recap, because we heard most of it, but I want to make sure. You walked into this place, you went up to the bar, you said the name, and it led you here. Is that right?
Yes.
Alright, so, and from what it sounded like, from my point of view, it sounded like this is something that happens somewhat routinely. An expected path that I'm assuming replicants go on through one choice, be it an underground information system or something. They wind up here. Does that make sense? But to prove that they're supposed to be here, they have to show something. They have to be able to say, I should be accepted because of this. And this is supposed to elicit some reaction in the replicant that they would express that would allow them access.
So, what I'm thinking is, how would a replicant do the opposite of the Void contest? And that is, they're trying to prove they're a replicant.
That they belong.
Or that they belong with the replicants.
Skiff, I'm gonna go out on a limb on something. Are you able to zoom in on these images at all?
I sent them to you. You should be able to do it on your end if you want.
Sure, okay.
Oh, you mean with, yes, I can with my own hands, and I do that and I go, whoop.
We got two faces here. Can you take a look at both of those as big as you can? I want to see if we got a wolf in sheep's clothing here.
Like a pentimento?
That's a word I don't know, Skiff.
I read it somewhere. It's about art that's painted over other art.
I was
You can
more
see
taking...
it if you shine the right light on it.
I was more taking hidden face, quite literally.
Yeah, I thought that as well.
So if I blow this image up to take a look at it, if I'm taking a close look at the face of the sheep and the face of the skull, do I find any detail there that isn't there otherwise?
Say the question again. I'm so sorry.
If I expand the image of the lamb's face and the skull face, can I find any additional detail when I enlarge that?
Absolutely, but just in like the color, probably the texture of the oil paint, things like that. But there's nothing I don't think that really strikes you. Actually, go ahead and roll observation.
Oof.
4. Oh boy. The technical skill required to make these images and these paintings is flawless. And that's really all I can say, unfortunately. Other than that, you don't see anything else in particular.
So, do I get the feeling these were definitely not made by a human?
I'm not going to say that, actually. It's just
Okay.
extremely masterful. And I don't think you know.
Sorry, this is not my specialty, gotta say.
So, spider, swans, sheep, skull.
I mean, all I can see is that there's 2 webs there. There's one that's kind of hidden, and there's 2 swans. But the bottom 2 pictures, there's only one thing, only one subject. I can't make heads or tails of it. But clearly there's only one answer.
Is this a spinner? Or did you just take me to new heights?
Considering how far we are away from Electric Dreams, is there any possibility for a remote access into their uplinks from here, or is that not an option?
You can try. You can certainly try. You'd be rolling at disadvantage because you're super far away.
Gotcha.
Keep in mind everything is being tracked, but I guess you rolled a 4 on your stealth. So I think you're pretty confident that you can do it without getting noticed from here.
Alright, I'm gonna take a shot in the dark. Give me a second. I'm gonna push this one.
Okay. Don't forget to take your resolve down. Okay, you have pushed to give a 1. What were you looking for?
I'm looking to see if there's any activity coming in and off the uplink at this place.
Activity how?
Is there any...
Sure, I'd love to dance.
Are there any active users on the uplink at the moment?
Oh, yeah. Yep. 4.
And I believe, if I recall correctly, the number of terminals we had there was 4.
Yes, that is correct.
And I'm saying all this out loud.
Yep.
Is it fate? Is it destiny?
Bam. The wall reacts to destiny. And each of the photos light up one by one. And then it disappears. And
I got it.
The haiku disappears and is replaced with hidden face I wear. In shadows I disappear. What's my art so clear? And the wall is back to being a fish tank.
Hidden face I wear, in shadows I disappear.
What's my art so clear? And are you verbalizing it back as you read? Are you reading it out loud?
Yes, I'm
Okay.
reading it out loud to tell them.
Yep, then absolutely. As you read it out loud, as soon as you say, what's my art so clear, a new set of 4 images appear. And I will drop those in here for you guys as well. Please hold.
Did you say something happened?
Yes, we have a set of new images.
Reacting to which word?
Destiny.
Destiny. Might be a clue for the next thing to come.
I think I know it.
All right.
Maybe. Avari tricks us.
Nothing happens. I mean, it lights up, but there's no...
Okay. I'm
Looking at
seeing
the images now. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm seeing a crane, an owl, I want to say a robin or a sparrow, and a butterfly.
So all flying creatures. Freedom, maybe.
Freedom.
It flashes, but nothing changes.
Flying. Escape.
Not quite.
Wings. The answer. Hidden face I wear, in shadows I disappear. What's my art? So clear. Light. In shadows I disappear. Light disappears in shadow.
If the previous haiku was asking a question, what's this journey mine, with an answer, destiny? So what's this asking? What's my art so clear? Okay. Hidden face I wear. In shadows I disappear. It's likely, maybe it's one word like the previous one.
I bet you're right.
And if we had destiny, and this was in regards to the replicants and what their understanding, their wants, what they expect.
Hidden face I wear, in shadows I disappear. I mean, a hidden face, that's just a mask. But
it is a mask. Try saying that one.
Mask.
It will light up the certain areas on the image where, if you notice, each one of these has a very visible mask, aside from perhaps the butterfly, but that is a typical butterfly that can camouflage. And so the entire wings light up a little bit on the image. It doesn't disappear, but those areas light up.
The areas light up. I say mask again.
And they all light up again.
Sir. Come here often?
So just so I'm sure, you're talking about like the face of the owl.
Yes, the
entire
physical
butterfly.
mask of the crane, and you see how the sparrow is also wearing a mask as well. I don't think it's actually a sparrow. I think it's a warble or whatever. But it's got a physical mask, and the owl also has a physical mask on, and then the whole wings of the butterfly light up.
I took some ballroom dancing classes, but nothing like this fast.
So when I say the word mask, the butterfly wings light up. The face of the owl. If you look, you see the crane. It looks like, you know how it looks like raccoons are wearing like burglar masks. I think it's like that.
oh,
Well, we know it's likely not the word hidden, because hidden is in the haiku that you said out loud. But it's in regards to what we're seeing.
Well, if a part of it lit up, and I'm not saying this out loud, but if a part of it lit up, I tried to like drag the owl's mask off. Like with my fingers.
Yeah,
like,
when you go to interact with it, it responds to your touch, but you can't drag anything. Yep.
Okay. What's my art so clear? Hiding.
I mean, maybe
Camouflage or
what disappears, it disappears in the shadows. I mean, if it is it, I guess a mask implies that you're trying to not be what you are, right?
staying safe.
Staying safe, playing sneaky, maybe.
Safe.
Drink?
Sneaky.
Continues to light up about the same.
Secure.
Bartender loves me.
Guile?
Subterfuge. Guile. What's my art? Camouflage.
Deception?
Deception.
Yep, it lights up and reacts to that. And it slowly disappears, and then
That's it. Deception.
you have a new haiku that appears on the wall. It says, "Whispers in the night, Fleeting visions take their flight. What am I so light? And these are the images. Please hold.
So it reacted to deception.
Yes.
Right, okay.
Destiny and deception.
Maybe the third word is D as well. If
Serves
it's
in
a pattern.
right. Fleeting visions take flight.
Dreams.
It
Dreams.
reacts. It disappears immediately, and there is no wall here anymore. It is a stairwell.
There's a stairwell.
Oh my God, Skiff.
Okay. Is it lit? Is it dark? What do you see?
Sorry to interject, but I'm trying to schmooze my way over to an area where I can see Skiff.
You can't really. He went behind a corridor,
Okay.
behind the bar, unfortunately. Unless you want to sneak down the corridor.
No, I think I'm going to move to a spot that is, I guess, whichever path he took to get there. I'm trying to position myself near there.
Okay.
So
Yep.
if there is a loud noise, I
Yep.
might be able to hear it at least.
Okay. Skiff, as far as what you see, it is a stairwell, but it looks like it continues down along the floor to ceiling. Fish tanks. Sorry. I was like, aquarium is the word I'm looking for, and that is the word I'm looking for. The floor to ceiling aquariums, and it looks like you're just descending down maybe into another level of the club, but you can't see anything in terms of anything that's down there ahead of time. Would you like to walk down the stairs?
This is your journey.
I'm heading down.
Okay.
I'll let you know if I can, if I need you. And I start descending.
And as you descend down the stairs, there are no fish moving around in this environment other than behind the walls of this fish tank. And you see what is another level of the bar, but lots of terminals. There is no bar down here. And a woman sits at a table directly facing the stairwell and is enjoying a drink and locks eyes with you as you hit down to the floor. She says, "Hello, Skiff."
It's you.
Something like that.